Hey, what's going
Whoa!
on?
What the heck was that?
Good morning, Vern. Hope you're doing well today, buddy.
Good. How you doing, Rick?
Not too bad. We had a little rain yesterday, but it's back to sunshine here. I don't think we've had rain for like a year. And I live
Oh,
in one of the rainiest places in the world, I think, in Vancouver. So, yeah, I know it's kind of nice. I actually went out for a little walk yesterday morning in the
beautiful.
rain. Like, I took an umbrella, but I'm like, fuck the umbrella. It was just sprinkling because we had a
we
pretty hot summer here.
it's been I mean for San Diego it's been like sweltering. Like I'll say like wow, it was like 87, but like what I really mean by that is the humidity was like 80 something percent, so it
Mhm.
felt super hot.
Yeah.
It's like a very rare like summer. I feel like cuz last year it was like hot, but when the heat's dry, it's completely tolerable. When it's like humid, it's like I don't want to do anything. I always felt like there was like this constant like storm or something behind it,
About to
and
happen.
it's finally cooled down. Like I went out this morning, it was like just under 68, and it was beautiful in the morning. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Who wants to be inside on a day like today?
Yeah, no doubt. This is probably one of our hottest summers since I lived here in Vancouver. Like last year, we had a couple of days that broke records, like 40 plus degrees, and my dad passed away, unfortunately, due to that. And this year, exactly the same time of year, Canada Day, July 1st, we just got like 3 weeks of, 35, 36,
And
37,
miserable
38.
weather.
I was lucky enough to get a an air conditioner, indoor air conditioner from one of my neighbors.
Nice.
He's like, "Hey, do you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm
Heck
like,
yeah.
how much money do you want? He's like, "Oh no." So that was cool, man, and
He probably
that
said,
made
don't
my
worry about
summer.
don't worry about paying me. You're gonna pay somebody else later.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I was quite surprised. My hydro bill was like no different,
Yeah.
like because it
Wow.
is an indoor one, and I
Yeah.
used it sparingly. I used it when I was like, I'm hot, and put it 3 feet in front of me when I couldn't sleep, and that was the only way I slept for a couple of nights. So we
Cool.
got Mr. Lobot, sir. Welcome to the
Robot.
chat. Rolando, thanks for joining
Rolando.
us. Mr. Llama Rider himself, Sean Solo.
Sean. What's going on, buddy?
I saw Sean yesterday in Yak Face's stream as Yak was talking all the Star Wars and millions of people like, oh, are we getting Hammerhead? When are we getting this? When are we getting this? So it's pretty funny to watch Jason go because there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people just like, when are we getting this toy? And he doesn't know everything, right? Like,
Right.
and also he also doesn't want to just spoil the whole, your whole year's worth of toys. He might know
I'll
some
I'll
stuff, but
I will never have any of that inside scoop. Just I'm putting it out there right now. Pretty much based on the conversations that I've had
good
with
morning,
those
Cat.
brand teams, I will never have any inside scoop.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. Jason Yakface doesn't get his inside scoops from Hasbro,
Oh,
as far as
really?
I know. No,
Oh, very
it's all public
interesting.
stuff you can find on Google. A
Wow.
lot of the stuff he gets are shipping documents and
Yeah.
manifests, if that's the word, on which is all public knowledge. Like you can look what's on boat number 3536782 coming from
Really?
China to Vancouver, and it may show abbreviations and code words, but a lot of it does break it down by companies like Hasbro or
I guess you got to know what those
Sony
codes mean, right?
VCRs
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, you do. Like I've looked into it a bit, and it's a lot of like, are you kidding me, man? I'd have to do this for 38 hours straight because there's a million things on this document, and you can't just like search for a word that easily, right? It's not
Right.
your own document. It's a public or it's
Well,
an
I'm sure
online form.
he probably knows which
He puts a lot of
which
work into it.
codes
Let's put
he's
it that way.
looking for now,
Yeah,
right?
he
So yeah,
does.
yeah.
And some of it's guessing and putting a couple together. You got a couple answers and you put them together. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's a morning to cat, uh,
Cat,
dark like and
Dark
welcome,
Lycan, is he going?
Mr. JJ himself. Good to
JJ.
see you, JJ. Hope all's going well for you.
Yeah, man.
So Vern, first question I want to ask you
It's
is:
Batman Day.
it is Batman Day, and I saw on the Instagram
Yeah.
companies like McFarlane Toys having a contest. Enter here, comment this. Someone Mezco, couple of the cool toy companies are having a little Batman contest to get some free toys, which is great. Which is what you should be doing on your social media. And then I see Migo. Oh, happy Batman Day. no prizes for you guys. So, and they're one of
Yeah.
the first toys to make freaking Batman toys. So they should
They're
be all over.
come on, those guys are barely scraping by, I bet.
Welcome, Josh. Hope you're doing well. I don't have my Batman costume on today, unfortunately. It's at the laundromat. Hello, Tina Lynn. Nice to see you. So, as a Hulk fan, and you and me would be vice presidents of the Hulk fan club. I think we're both that big a fan.
I don't know about that.
Does your Hulk fandom go back to the comic books, or was it a cartoon or a toy or something you saw growing up that is I like this green guy?
I think that like the first time I ever saw the Hulk was that original Hulk cartoon, where he's jumping around at the beginning. I was pretty little when I saw it, but I did like that. I don't know why, because like I look at it now and I'm like, why was I watching this? But probably there was like nothing better out there, right?
I think I saw Sean Solo or someone yesterday posting some little Spider-Man cartoons. It might have been you. What are those? Are those some of the new Disney Plus cartoons that are coming out? So it's a great style. I like it.
I retweeted
hello
quite a few little videos that my brother had liked, and I don't know if you know, he worked for Sony at some time doing the cartoon, the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay.
So he worked on that one, and I think it was 2 seasons, because like from what I understand, like Fox had this like afternoon cartoon block that they used to do. So when they did the first season, that's when it ran. And then Fox decided to just get rid of their afternoon cartoon block. So then the series was being shopped around, and I think it ended up on Disney Kids or some other like channel. And so there was like a year break between the first and second season.
Okay.
Not like a regular season break, but like they didn't start working on it for like a year or something like that. And then so by the time it aired, it was like going to be like 2 years from the first season. And then they decided to run the whole first season again on the new channel before airing the second season. And that ineffectively, I think, killed that series or something like that.
Okay. So I'm in the same boat. Like I remember the earliest Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it was done in the 70s, but it might have started in the late 60s, because it did go on for a few years. Welcome, Dandy, to the chat. People that have great hair and a beard. Yeah, but my beard is real, Dan.
Yes, I almost went to the Halloween store this morning to get a beard. Hey, but I want to answer your question. So like partly that cartoon, right? But then in the early 80s, I was really into the Spectacular Spider-Man. Around that time is when I started getting back into the Hulk comics, and I did for probably a few years. But mostly it's the Mego Hulk. You have one behind you.
I do, of course.
This is probably one of my favorite action figures that I've ever had. I'm lucky to still have this one from my youth. I think I got this when I was about 4, and I got it with Iron Man. But I had almost all of the Migos at that time, and this was always my favorite one. And I can't tell you why. It's probably because he smiles just like me.
He does. We all got the good smile.
Yeah.
So I do remember having, like, this is not my childhood Hulk. Sadly, I don't have any of my childhood toys, but I do remember having like a Spider-Man and then a Batman with those little plastic gloves and booties and stuff like that. And then
those were
within
cool.
30 minutes of owning them, I either ate them or lost them or
fed them gone.
or whatever, right? Like, but the Hulk just had the pants, and I'm sure within the day of getting it, we're taking the pants off, and it's something to play with, right? Like if a toy has a weapon or a removable cape, we're gonna remove it, right?
When I was little, we had, so Mego had a whole line, right? They had these like knights. It was like Lancelot, King Arthur. I don't know if you remember those.
Yeah.
And then they had like all the superheroes. They did DC and Marvel, because I remember having like Superman, Batman, and then of course the Marvel characters. But when I was little, for some reason, my mom used to sew a lot, and so there was like a lot of like fabric around, and we used to sew outfits that would fit on the Migos, and we like beginning of like customizing, I guess. We changed the clothes and
Okay.
mix and match. And we always turn them into different characters, right? Like we had this team, it was like the super cops, and it was like an intergalactic police force, and the main guy was like a different clothes, but it was the Tarzan headed guy, I think. Oh
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
it was Shazam. It was the Shazam, and he was like supposed to be from another planet, and he ran the police force or whatever. So you had all the characters, right? And this is like the prequel to like, oh, eventually I'm going to be doing like comic books and doing those stories in the comic books and stuff like that. Yeah.
Welcome Michael Reed to the chat.
Michael,
I want to hear your best Australian g'day, Vern.
my best Australian g'day. Let's see. Hold on. So it's funny you say this. One of my favorite shows is Kim's Convenience.
Yes,
and
great Canadian comedy.
So there's a whole episode about when the Jung and Shannon, who work at the car rental, they go to a hamburger place, and she mimics the accent of the Asian guys at the hamburger place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they give her like a hard time. Oh, you can't do that accent, blah, 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 blah. And then the two guys can do it. And she goes, but you guys aren't Chinese either. You're Korean or whatever. And they're like, oh, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's okay if we do it. Yeah.
And then the end of the episode, the Simi Loose character, he's doing like an Australian accent. And she's like, no, I'm not going to go there. But it's okay because supposedly, right?
Yeah, no, that's hilarious. Great show, man. I'm glad you like that show because it took a couple of years before it became super popular here. Then it became popular everywhere.
So like good day, mate.
There you go.
Let's put some shrimp on the barbie. And that's straight from like the Outback Steakhouse commercial, I think.
Exactly. Which is where us North Americans get all of our references from, as well as Crocodile Dundee and the Foster.
Come on in for a bloomin' onion
commercials, which apparently is the least liked beer in all of Australia and the world, but yet, they had the big marketing campaign going, right?
Yep. One day I'm going to make it there. One day I'm going to make it to Australia.
Two Arts Gamers. I think that's Wayne. I could be wrong. Please let me know. We got Blue Harvest and Blue Harvest 2. So there's Mark and his clone. I don't know what we're going to do about two Marks in one chat. As long as they both like this stream and subscribe to mine and Vern's channel, there is a link in the description, and we'll wait. Did you guys like it yet and subscribe? All right. We can keep going here. See if I missed anyone. What's Sean talking? The Hulk TV show for me. Yeah, so that's where I was gonna go. I was a huge fan of like the 80s TV shows and the late 70s. So we got Hulk, we got A-Team, we got Dukes of Hazzard. In Canada, we had Littlest Hobo. We had lots of Beachcombers. So we had lots of classic 80s sitcom kind of shows here. And because of my love for the 80s, I absolutely love the She-Hulk Attorney at Law show. I think it's fantastic. It's so fun that it brings a lot of that memory to me. Like, just a funny, sit down and eat your popcorn or drink your tea, whatever.
And then you're done.
Yeah, then it doesn't really it doesn't matter if you missed last week's episode or something else. Exactly. They'll fill you in on what you missed. And I think it's super fun. Like, I can't wait to see a couple, we'll call them cameos or Easter eggs, but a couple of these new characters that they're teasing, right? So in the latest She-Hulk, we just got that hat box. Oh, cover that up with the little Daredevil yellow helmet in there. So that's fantastic because that's how he looked in the original comics, right? With the red and yellow suit.
I mean, if you think about that Hulk TV show of the 80s, and then think about the Edward Norton like movie Hulk, I almost felt like they were trying to recapture that TV show in that movie. That's one of the reasons why that's, I think, by far one of the best Hulk movies.
I think we see Ed Norton again as
that would be actually really
the Incredible Hulk. It could be in this She-Hulk. I doubt it'll be in She-Hulk, but I think it's leading to where we're going to see the World War Hulk story kind of thing, where we'll get to see the Red Hulk and maybe a Gray Hulk and maybe Scar, Son of Hulk, and Maestro, whatever kind of Hulks they have that exist. Even if they make new ones, I'm all in. I'm all in for all the Hulks. But why not bring back? You got the Incredible Hulk.
Right. You can totally do it.
Just all these multiverses and whatever stuff they got going on with. I totally think it would be the best cameo and Easter egg ever.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And I also want to point out something about that list of shows you said you loved in the 80s, right? So there's different types of shows, I think.
Good day, Fabulous.
Hey, Fab. That draw you, right? And the Hulk was this weekly show where this guy wandered from town to town and got involved in everybody's business. It's a tried and true format, right? The A-Team, Knight Rider, all of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot Knight Rider. Yeah,
it roots back to like the Fugitive and Route 66 and
true.
All these shows. I mean, and that is a great thing because that show, each episode basically could live on its own, knowing there's like a broader story behind every episode. But shows today are sort of built to like try to like draw you in and keep you, right? So they build this like story that's like 10 to 20 episodes long, and then they piecemeal you like these little stories to feed you every week until you get this complete story. But you didn't necessarily have that then. You just had a guy who wandered around and got into everybody else's business. I mean, Kung Fu, right? Yeah.
It's a lot more now because with the streaming and you get 8 episodes at once or however, it's a lot more, I guess, soap opera is kind of the term. Like, so soap operas, Monday to Friday or whatever, they have all the episodes match up. And then I guess the prime time soap operas like Dallas, Dynasty, those are, I guess, some of the earlier shows where they did follow a storyline. And at the end of the season, who shot JR or, a cliffhanger. Right. So we didn't have the binge watching ability in the 80s unless we were recording on a VCR. I don't think anyone really did that back then. But I mean, these new shows, I think, are a lot like that. And I wanted to ask your opinion too, like between, like I'm all caught up on the Lord of the Red Dragon Rings show or both the shows.
House of Dragon.
I absolutely love the Dragon show.
House of Dragon. Yeah.
The Hobbit one, they're trying, man. They're really trying, but it's just not nearly as enjoyable to me as watching the House of Dragons. I think the cast, even after only 3 or 4 episodes, I'm getting to like the characters, whether they're good or bad characters. The actors, the Doctor Who guy, they're good freaking actors, man, and they look good in their costumes. But the other one, the Hobbit one, I don't know, man. Again, they're spending a bunch of money, which is cool. But I don't know how, and I'm not one of those, fandom menace people or anything like that. I don't get how there's like, okay, there can be black elves and there can be Asian elves and fat elves, skinny elves. I get it.
Why not?
But how do they get that sweet fade? That I don't get.
Magic.
They have knives.
In the house, in the Rings of Power, that world's all about magic, right? I mean, okay, in House of Dragon, right? They allude to like magic, right? But they don't necessarily. They leave it up to you to decide, was it magic or or was it that was just what the outcome was going to be or something like that, right? I think in the Rings of Power, you're looking at a world where like it's definitely magic. So they have a magical barber. But that's not.
I guess so.
That's not right. You don't need to see him go into the barbershop.
Like, it's obviously the dwarves don't go to the barber ever.
Like did you ever watch
their hair is 100 years old and down to their knees and stuff like that. But elves, they got that sweet fade, or like you, like they got that.
Right.
Did you ever watch hair supplies?
Did you ever watch a show called The Shield with Michael Chiklis?
The Shield. It was like
kind of a crooked.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so he had your haircut, but there was not one episode where he went and got a haircut.
Well, here's one thing. Sometimes bald people don't have to shave their hair because they're actually freaking bald. It will never grow. So I get it a little bit. I get it around here. I get the George Costanza.
No, what I'm saying is like they have that fade. You just you just don't need to see the barbershop.
Yeah, true. Just
That's a whole nother series.
now, Tina Lynn, is your beard this? You got this much gray in your beard, Tina Lynn? I really hope not. That's women and beards are cool, but gray.
This is it. I mean, like since Dino started growing his, I stopped shaving too. This is it.
Oh, you see, I thought that was dirt.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Dino. Next time we see Dino next Saturday, he's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
And I think,
and he's gonna be like, "How do you comb this? How do you manage this thing?"
And I haven't, chatted or spoken to 1000 Ghost Chris this week, but I think next time we see him, he's just gonna be freaking jacked and have a big sand beard. Right? Yeah, of course. Well, why not? You got a couple weeks away, grow your beard and work out.
Might as well.
Do you have any toys you would like to open?
Let me look down here in my pile of stuff I haven't opened that I've had here for a while. I actually do want to open. I'm gonna open this for sure.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, if you don't smash the like button, Hulk will destroy your favorite action figure. It's confirmed. Vern made a short video on it.
I did.
Thank you, Josh. So a couple weeks ago, I had tremendous success with the shorts.
I saw that.
Frick all. It's like they blackballed me or something. Oh, you haven't opened him yet?
No.
Yeah, shut up, Blue. Go fly a drone.
What did he say?
I don't know, something about you're better than me or something.
What? Nah.
Silly like that.
Come on. It's crazy.
Yeah, so Hulk, definitely one of my favorites. Do I have a Hulk to open today? I do have a Hulk to open today. So,
my problem is I have opened all of my Hulks, and I recently got this one. It was on sale, and I haven't opened them yet, but I'm tempted to just leave them like this because it looks really cool.
It is cool. That 80s card.
Yeah,
which I wasn't into that line of toys, so I'm not attached to it. But that's the one Hulk I don't have, Vern.
And it wasn't
the same as
it went on sale.
I know it's the same sculpting and molding as every other Hulk they've ever made. They just give them a different.
That's the thing, because I have 2 green Hulks that are open. I don't know if I need to open one more. But that Hulk right there, that gray Hulk. So at Comic-Con, they released the green one on that card back, right? That was the one that you had up that you were selling.
I just opened him last week.
Yeah, so then I saw, as soon as I got home from Comic-Con, I started seeing pictures of that gray one pop up, and it turns out that was an international one, apparently. The international version of that Comic-Con, from what I understand, that one.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, because I was trying everything, I was even talking to a buddy who goes down to Mexico, and I said, if you ever see this, you got to get it for me and stuff like that. And Big Bad, not Big Bad, Entertainment Earth had it. That's how I ended up getting that gray one.
I don't remember where I got it. I'm thinking Hasbro.
Yeah, well, probably because you're international.
Because the only toy I've never had success in getting that I wanted to get is that one behind you, the retro colored Kenner Boba Fett. And I did everything that I was legally allowed to do by, signing up and being a HasLab.
Oh my gosh!
Premium member.
I think they totally lied on that one.
I went early. I couldn't add it to cart. I couldn't do shit all, man. And that I'll always be bitter because I couldn't get that Boba Fett figure from Hasbro.
You should. One day, maybe I'll show you all of my email strings that I had with Hasbro over that figure, and it had to do with them saying they were going to release it afterwards and stuff like that. And I was really mad about it because I stood in line for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just to get mine, and the day before I was in line for an hour and a half, and they had sold out of their allotment for the day, right as I was getting close. Yeah.
Oh, so this guy doesn't come with extra hands. Wow, this is the first.
No, that green one that was on the card didn't have extra hands either, right?
No, but the red one, where the red one did. I opened up the red one last week. She-Hulk does. Oh no, that green one didn't, did it?
No, the one that was on the card didn't come with extra hands.
It's just weird because the molds exist.
Yes.
They're the
You
same
think
price.
you think they would have put them in there?
I do like the shirt.
Yeah, that's actually nice. It's exactly the same shirt that comes with the
white one,
the 2-pack one.
Yeah, I got that one down there. I've just never opened it. Yeah, this is good. I like the nice paint.
Yeah.
And the muscles, the denim looks like denim. That ass, that Hulk ass.
I thought I was going to be able to get that 2-pack and steal the hands from the Hulk and use it on my Comic-Con Hulk or whatever, but turns out they're like a different shade of green.
Yeah, that happens too. Yeah, even though they make like all the Hulks, except the other one I don't have, besides that one you just showed, is the recent Diamond Select one where we had that robot head.
Yeah,
as an extra. I didn't get that one.
No, I didn't get that either.
This guy yesterday. Yeah. This guy's pretty
This
bad.
guy.
Retro as F. Yeah, that one and the diamond one. There's a Diamond Select Hulk.
Oh yeah, I'm not. You know what? Let me show you.
They're a little bigger. That's why I like the diamond ones.
I only have a couple of Diamond Selects, and one of them is this Rhino.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
And this is one of the main reasons I didn't bother with the Legends, is because I got this guy, and I think he's not, it doesn't have the same articulation, I'm sure, but I think it looks pretty decent.
Good morning, Brian.
Brian, he did a really good talk through on that HasLab.
Dan really likes Tina Lynn's beard, apparently.
Yep. Yeah, this guy is actually really cool. I love the red eyes.
Oh wow, you got him open quick. Yeah, he's a very cool figure. It's very cool. I'm
really impressed.
Is that the only one you got, Vern?
I got Kenobi.
Of course.
And this guy. That's pretty much it.
I had to get them all and ×2 because that's my focus right now. I'm going to focus. I've always been a vintage Star Wars guy, as many of you know, but I'm really digging anything retro 375 now, man. It's what gives me my joy, except for the Hulks. All Hulks give me joy.
So I'd like to hold up my vintage Vader like this, and then just have people in the chat tell me whether or not it's a Lily Letty or something like that. Look at my shit.
I'm much like Harvest. He's a vintage Star Wars guy too.
They can completely identify. Now you will identify that this is not a repro, but a retro collection saber. I put his actual saber away in like a little plastic thing. The tip's broken off on the original one, but I wanted to have the tip, so I took the retro collection and stuck it in there. But I do have the saber.
The original cape, though, it looks like.
No, this is actually from the retro.
Oh,
the original. Okay. Yeah, my original cape has got a little tear under the arm, so I basically have that put away also.
Okay, no, I've done lots of that too. Like I have some capes that are like taped between two pieces of cardboard and have been there for like 10 years. I don't know why, but a lot of my stuff I can't have on display because I don't have room. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm glad Hasbro did this line and have continued it on a little bit with the Mando and Book of Boba Fett. And,
you know what?
I just hope it keeps going, man, because I can't afford to be buying all these 6-inch and 7-inch toys all the time. They're $30 and $45 now here in Canada, and that's freaking ridiculous.
I'm gonna take one of these and like pop the head off and maybe do like a head swap on them with like another. I wish they made like a retro, like Anakin.
Do it with a retro. Don't do it with a vintage one unless it's already broken. Nobody's asked yet, but yeah, I don't have my. Where we go here?
Dun, 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 dun.
Don't have
the wheel will take forever.
The ambiance. Wheel? What? There's no wheel.
No.
Who's giving away stuff?
I think I don't know if they're talking about the Wheel of Time or.
Yeah, I gotta catch up. I've been. Welcome, Pete. Hit that chat. Welcome, Pete. Okay, it is Wayne. All right, let me catch up here. Hellos.
Currently,
Tina Lynn's beard. Welcome, Chris. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Hi.
It adds nothing to the MCU, but it is fun. Oh, he's talking to She-Hulk. It will add something because it's going to add. I can't. I think I know a spoiler for that show that I'm not going to
spill it.
No, I better not. It's because I think it's a. Did you see? I posted that Batgirl trailer.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous.
But you know what? Here's what I think it is. I think the people who made that movie and got canceled, I think they made that trailer.
You think so?
Yeah, man, because there's a little bit of budget to it. Like someone who knows what they're doing pulled some real clips that exist, and they're not on the internet, so they had an inside way of having some actual clips and some audio.
And you think they
like
purposely did that
Yes.
really cheesy voiceover to make it look like it was amateur?
Absolutely, because at the end they're like, "Oh, we're the Warner Brothers, and we're gonna write you off."
That
and I'm like,
no! Oh my god!
They totally made that, and they said, "You owe us $9 million or something like that." And I'm like, "Oh my god, man! This is the dude that made the movie. I know it." So yeah, we'll see if more of that comes out, because I think that was the coolest thing I saw all week, was that silly little Batgirl trailer that has real parts to it in a way. But yeah, the Warner Brothers, I thought that was awesome.
The Warner Brothers, yeah, that was good.
Welcome, Mr. Dave. Look, Dave, I got a
Theory.
plastic pipe.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta catch up here. Sorry if I missed any super important chats asking me.
You know what's interesting though?
So beautiful.
It's interesting what they do, because I don't know how many people know this, but like
except it's incest, Orlando. Come on, get over it.
Was it Roger Corman who had the rights to like Fantastic Four back in the day?
Yeah.
And he ended up making like a really cheesy Fantastic Four movie. I don't know if you ever saw the bootleg version or anything.
I think so, yeah.
And he basically threw that movie together like on almost no budget just to hold on to the rights at the time.
Since Chris kind of popped up, or not to just keep switching subjects, but I just saw this morning another little, teaser trailer they did. The first 50% is like clips from Rogue One, and here's how it all started. And then a little 1 minute thing on Andor, and they showed some new spaceship coming that was like shooting lightsabers out its side, or like red lasers that just killed. Yeah, man, I'll try and pull it up.
Like it was giving away free lightsabers, but they were already
like it was
ignited?
shooting a continuous red laser beam out the side of its wings, and as it flew, it just destroyed anything that was in its path of those lasers. Like, so I didn't see them end. Like, it looked like they went on forever. So
this will be, so that ship will be another prototype that ends up getting destroyed, so that way we don't have to explain why we've never seen it again.
Or it's like, Bo-Katan ship, or some random Mando character. Yeah, Matt Smith's pretty good in that show, except for the banging of his sister part. That's one weird part about that show. That's not my favorite part, but I know it comes from the books, so I kind of know that they are going to follow that close as they can without changing the whole history of how story making is done.
I mean, yeah, as part of the story, they had to tell it right in a way. They tried to do it, I guess, the best that they could to make the longevity of the show avoid any of the,
Yeah, like they don't need a 3-episode Lord of the Rings show, or a 3-episode House of Dragon show. I think they're both going to go on for many years. I think 5 years for the Lord of the Rings one. Yeah, that's one of the best G.I. Joe figures so far.
Yeah, he's actually really cool. That it's very interesting how they did this piece right here, and I
let her breathe, Mark.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm still trying to decide whether I like it. This little tail for his shirt is basically attached to the belt.
Yes.
And it moves. So I'm trying to decide if I like it or if I don't like it. Because usually when they do something like this, it's attached inside like the waist, so it doesn't move up.
Is it removable or no?
Yeah, it's basically like the belt, so you can like pull it up.
Yeah.
But usually when they have like a rubber piece like this, it's attached around the peg that's in there. so that you would have to separate the body
I
to
see what
get
you
it
mean.
off.
Yeah.
So and also to keep it in place so it doesn't like move up and down, but it still like will pivot. So I'm not sure I like the fact that this isn't like secured, because
So Michael Reed's been going bald for 15 years, shaving his head, and he still owns a hairdryer. Yes, I also own a hairdryer and a crimping iron, believe it or not. I don't know why, but I own them.
well, you got to crimp
They've
your
never
beard
been
once in a while, right?
Welcome, Dave. Dave, I need a Hulk figure. Yes, everyone needs a Hulk figure. Like, it's, if you don't have a Hulk figure, okay, I've never opened Stan the Man, so I gotta let Stan the Man breathe. He's just sitting in a box. He looks great in a box, but you know, who doesn't need another suited Marvel Legends figure on their shelf? Yeah, I like the hood. The hood's cool.
I do like the accessories. This guy is really decked out. They've been doing a great job. The Spirit is fantastic.
Yeah, Spirit, and those are the only two I own now.
I'm waiting to get.
I had.
I want to get the oh, the names always slip me when I want to talk about them. Outback, but the bearded one, the older version.
Oh, the Australia guy?
Yeah. I had the funniest comment on my Action Force video. I was told to paint this beard, and then it would be Tim Cook. Or not Tim Cook, Greg Cook.
Who's Greg Cook?
He's a YouTuber. Takes action figure pictures and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, the gray one, I can't remember. I don't think I got it in a store. I'm pretty sure I ordered that from Hasbro, whether it was HasCon. Okay, so what is this? This is a briefcase, but it doesn't have a handle on it? How does that work?
No, it's probably like a chess set.
Oh, it is a chessboard. Yeah, because he was playing chess in that one movie, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's a lot smaller than Hulk, but yeah, he is now part of my Hulk collection.
I have that figure because, you know, I will say this. I don't say that many fantastic things about like Hasbro, and sometimes it's like hit and miss with them, but they do have pretty good customer service if something's wrong with like a figure.
For sure.
And they've never asked me to send anything back when I've sent them pictures where the arm pops off, and they've always sent me something to replace it. Yeah, and I actually got that figure as a replacement for another figure.
Oh, okay. Because they didn't have the other figure in stock or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool, because Kenner back in the day was a lot like that too. If you broke apart to one of your Star Wars figures, you know, you'd send them a letter, and a month later you'd get, you know, a bag of weapons or something like it. You know, they were pretty good that way.
But I did see somebody posted pictures of what they got, and they were like regular action figure collector, and they got who was that? Was that Popcorn? He got those 2 Yoda figures or Grogu figures.
Yep.
Those little statue deals. I'm like, they thought that was an adequate replacement. And
don't read this. Rum is
oh yeah, that's a. He likes to pretend like I have a toupee.
It's pretend. He's just.
I think it's he wears that hat now, but if you see his hair.
I don't even know if Bob has hair, so I can't make bald jokes with
Bob.
No,
a little salacious there. He's got like a little.
He's got like 3 hairs, so he actually still has more hair than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he is a monkey lizard and eats poo, so you know, I don't have that going for me. So thick.
Okay, here's another arrow I'm gonna lose, by the way.
An arrow? Yeah, the accessories are really cool. Now I'm gonna find that little Andor snippet, and I'm just gonna play the Andor part. Okay, because I don't think I'll get in too much trouble for this. So
I didn't know you were gonna have a whole toy camera set up. I should have did something like that.
Well, I'm trying to master the art of YouTubing. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. All right, let me see how I can share screen, Chrome tab.
Somebody would have told me you should have did a video for this one, but only 12 people would watch it. So yeah, this guy's pretty cool.
Okay, so hopefully the audio, I have the audio on here. So this is just the last, I don't know, 30 seconds of the Andor trailer. Look for that spaceship shooting red lasers.
All right, is that hard to find?
The Empire has
No,
been
it's
choking
obvious.
us.
I found someone I think can help.
This Wednesday
Cassian Andor.
comes the next Star Wars event
How do you know about me?
you won't want to miss.
The time has come to force their hand.
At what cost?
Everything.
There. What the
Star
F,
Wars
man?
Andor. 3
How do you
episodes
do that?
here, streaming
I think I
Wednesday.
missed it. I'm just kidding.
Everything.
Yeah, but you think that, I don't know if those, you think those are like saber blades, or you think those are just
Well, no,
like
it
beams?
just use that to try and be funny, but it shoots red lasers and it destroys this concept Star Destroyer that was designed by the late Colin Cantwell, who passed away this summer. He designed this ship originally for George Lucas, and they went a little bit of a different direction, but it's really cool to see them bring the ship into live action. Yeah. But this laser just tears it apart, and the TIE fighters, like,
Star Wars
know, man.
Andor 3-episode premiere.
So that's new to me, and I'm excited about the Andor show even more.
I do like that. The Andor, everything I've seen on it looks pretty good. But I'm still like maybe around a 7. I'm not like 100% in. Now with that scene you just showed me,
in, Vern, or you get,
or you're gonna remove me from the stream.
No, I don't have that power.
So it's unlikely that he would have been able to spin around and take out those TIE fighters like that.
Knowing, like, and on purpose, like, okay,
yeah, well,
shoot all the things to the right.
It just seemed unlikely. Like they just perfectly timed themselves to be there when the laser, because in Rogue One, Jyn Erso jumps through like an opening and closing like little door at the end.
Yeah.
And she times that, and it didn't cut her leg off, right? So I think that TIE fighter, if he was, I mean, a halfway decent pilot, he could have just flown a little bit to the left and he would have avoided that blade, but it's almost like he flew like basically right into it.
So Chris is like, they're trying to Deadpool the Batgirl movie. I think in a way, Chris, you're right. They're going to try and get it out somehow, but they can't because it's being used as a write-off. They actually have to like destroy it and not use it. Unlike the Snyder Cut and stuff like that, like there's legalities and money involved. So I don't know. Maybe you take all the writers' content and you make it a cartoon or something. I don't know.
Well, they would have to add more money to it before they can release it, because maybe most or all of the principal filming was done, but there's a huge portion of like effects that just aren't complete. So I mean, how do you want to see a movie, right?
Well, there's not. I'm gonna go out and say this movie probably wouldn't have had the same amount of effects as like an Andor or Disney Plus or Loki show. It's dark, like the Dark Knight. Like
I still
don't think there was one special effect in the Dark Knight, or sorry, not the Dark Knight, the Batman.
Yeah, I mean, like you think
he
really ripped up that carpet by himself?
Yeah, no, that was all CGI, right? No, but it can be done. Like you don't need CGI in these mystery detective kind of shows. But it reminded me a little bit of Batman '89 and what we got with Tim Burton's universe and the old Dick Tracy movie, like just a colorful, comic-y, a little bit funny, not as much serious. So I think
they looked at it and said, this isn't much better than that CW TV show. So let's just.
I agree. I think
just
it could be a CW show.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be the best CW show yet, in my opinion, just based on that fake trailer. Welcome, Gerard. I see Chris has been getting a bunch of reaction figures. Nice work, buddy. Yeah, I did unload 2 big boxes of Black Series and Marvel Legends at my local. It's called Toy Traders, where you trade toys for other toys, and yeah, I did that. I put up a bunch of shit for sale. Nobody bought it. And I'm like, oh, it's got to go somehow, man. Like, I'm not just going to store toys in my little apartment.
Yeah.
I can't do that. And if,
when we have garage sales and stuff like that, I usually take down a box of like figures I don't want. And then when parents are walking around with their kids, I just let the kids pick them.
They sold that laser idea from Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah, with when they were in the battling all those droids.
The Batman did use that volume. I did see a little, I don't know, it was Entertainment Tonight or one of those things where they did kind of show they were using that. So it has already been used for other shows that aren't, The Mandalorian. And I look for that. Like even watching the Game of Thrones show last night, I see, there's obvious green screen. There's where the brick ends, and that everything behind it's green screen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really obvious, and I think it looks like crap. They could crop it a little differently, so it, like I know what they're doing. These are professional people. They're all artists in their own mind. But
you know what I do so that I'm not bothered by crummy visual effects? I just don't wear my glasses anymore when I'm watching TV.
Just go like this. Wow, did you see that?
And I don't have to.
I think I still have good vision. Maybe I'm missing. Yeah, I look forward to seeing a lot of the actual environment in Andor because they brag about we didn't use the volume, but I think they did a little bit.
I'm sure they did.
Come on, they did use the green screen a little bit because Star Wars is not real.
I want to know how they did that. So, did you watch the thing on Disney Plus, which was like the extended scene of when they're in that little mechanic shop or whatever, and all the stuff is falling from the ceiling?
Yeah.
So I would be curious to see like the raw footage, like the behind the scenes of that. Like, did they just drop one piece at a time type of thing? You know what I mean? Like, and those are just like really good edits of all of the jumping out of the way. Because that's what I'm imagining. That couldn't have been like one take.
I got out of that little Disney Plus thing that you're talking about is when they took a cut to the director. They're talking to the director. He's like, yeah, well, we did this. And then they freaking filmed it with the orchestra playing right there on the streets.
Oh, can you imagine?
I've never even heard
of that.
Or heard anyone talk about that. They actually did that. I don't know how much of the show they did it for. Obviously, they can't do it for all of it. Or can they?
Can you imagine if they did? They just have like this guys walking around.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, is there like 32 guys on violins and drums and flutes playing?
What kind of money do you think that saves
dialogue
in
with a stormtrooper? Like, if that's the case, where if Andor the actor or any of the actors are there, and there's a band like an orchestra playing, a couple 100 feet away, and you can hear them. And the director's like action, and you're playing the music as it's supposed to be in that scene. I can't even imagine, man, like how hyped you would be as an actor with this pumping kind of music. That's, I just got to get the adrenaline. Like right now, I got the goosebumps just thinking about the fact that they actually did that. Like, can you imagine George Lucas directing, Luke Skywalker to swing the rope and the orchestra's right there playing? Dun, dun, dun. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me, man? Like, that's
what are they going to think of next? Maybe next year they'll actually be giving them real lightsabers to fight with.
Yep. Or just have the band be part of the show, like have them in just as aliens, like playing the Cantina band.
Can you imagine like a Star Wars musical?
That's cool. I did not know that they did that.
I come from a far off planet.
But it's something that I'm going to look.
Two suns.
It's something I'm actually going to look for now. When I watch it, I'm thinking, okay, when they were doing this scene, was it really music playing in the background so they could, emphasize or not say this word between drum beats? Like, I'm a little bit curious about it.
I'm surprised though they didn't get Bill Murray to do the Star Wars theme in the background.
Star Wars. Who else did one? That black stand-up comedian did that. Richard Pryor also did a little Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
kind of commercial. Yeah, Chris, if you've seen that little Disney Plus, Andor extra, there's a little clip talking to the director, and he talks about filming it with the
band in the background,
right there on the set, like they built. And they're wearing like scarves and toques, and masks because it was all during COVID and it was in the winter, and it's just like unbelievable. It just makes me feel like, wow, this is gonna be pretty fun. So I'm not gonna do the live after show at like 4 in the morning. I think I'll do it the next day, or maybe like this, like a Saturday morning, and then we'll
You should just do like a total reaction video.
Yeah, there's no one up at 4 in the morning except Michael Reed and Linda and a couple people in Australia, because all of North America is sleeping.
Can you do this? Like, you could just have Andor playing in the bottom and go like this with your eye.
Yeah, just get the Scotch tape, hold my eyes open, because I'm definitely staying awake till 4 in the morning.
Really? I'm gonna wait till I get home.
I haven't missed a show yet, whether it's Mando or Boba or anything Star Wars, man. Like, I'm a Star Wars freaking nerd. So yeah, Mark will be there. So yeah, anyone wants to join me for Andor after shows, I'm going to be doing that again. It's just not going to be live at 3 in the morning when everyone's in bed, because I don't want you playing with yourselves while I'm talking on YouTube. It's not my end game. 5 a.m. That's when it ends. So I did see something broke it down, because some people have seen 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But so there may be spoilers on Twitter and stuff, but I don't think a lot of spoilery stuff happens in the first 4 episodes that we're gonna, get spoiled. But it looks like the average.
You want the biggest spoiler?
40 minutes for each of the first 4 episodes. So we're looking at the same kind of, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 35 minutes. Hopefully, 12 minutes of that is not credits.
So at
some really cool credits.
At some point, he's going to reprogram an Imperial droid.
Sometimes, I think the rumor has that we don't see K2SO
second season
character in this first season.
Yeah,
coming from the actor, but it could be just bullshitting us too, right? He could be in the first episode. He's a great character. We will see him, I guarantee it. Whether it's just the similar droids walking in the background. In one of the trailers, you clearly see they're operating on one of these K2SO style droids.
Right.
So without being a spoiler, we're going to see it in the first 3 episodes, whether they're prisoners doing it or just, skilled labor. Yeah, we could do a watch along. I'm down. Catch you Sunday. Hope you're doing well, Chris. Hey, Cameron, good to see you. Gap, welcome, Gap. All right, so I got something else I want to open now. Just because I've never opened my Cobb.
No,
Thing's been sitting there for 8 months.
First figure you opened the day you got it. That's like
because I kind of save them for this purpose. The purpose of having a video with Vern, letting him breathe. So you have this guy. You like him?
Yeah.
Did you get more than one?
Of course I did.
You did, eh?
Yeah. Here's the other one. Oh, wait,
did you get more than 2?
I got 2. Where is he? I just showed the box. Yeah, I got 2 of them just to keep like one in the box for now.
The only Boba Fett I haven't got is the Walmart exclusive.
Let me tell you how you get them.
I take the parts off this.
You take this guy right here, and actually, you take the other. You didn't even have to ruin that one. Take this guy right here, right?
Yeah.
Take his arms off, get some heat, get the arms off. Take this upper body piece off. Then take this guy, right? Take the upper body armor off, put it on this guy, and then give him the helmet. And then these come off right here. So you could take the arms off that other one or whatever and put them on here. But that's how you would basically make your own. That's what they did. They just moved around the armor and stuff.
Very good looking figure. I don't know if it's the beard, the actor's likeness.
Yeah, I think it looks fantastic.
They did really good with it. I'm impressed. Like, they're getting really good at these paint apps too. Like the armor does look like it's green paint has been chipped away.
Oh man. See, my problem is I never put anything away, so I got stuff all over the place.
I do like this cowboy looking pistol that he's got. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, if he was clean, if he was like clean shaven, right, it would be perfect for like a Justified.
Well, what? You think they shaved back in the cowboy days?
No, I'm not talking about
They
Deadwood.
did.
I'm not talking about Deadwood. I'm talking about from Justified.
Isn't that a cowboy show?
No, he plays a U.S. Marshal in Kentucky or something like that.
Oh, it's more modern day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw something yesterday. They're doing another prequel to Yellowstone, and this one's going to star Peacemaker's father. I can't remember his Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick is going to be one of the main guys.
So is that going to be after the 1883? So it'll be like
I don't know. Maybe it's called 1886 or something like.
Maybe it'll be like 1900s. If they're smart, they'll just move up into like maybe 1920s or something.
I really, really, really like that prequel to Yellowstone. The Yellowstone, it was cool. It's a little too much like Dallas to me, soap opera-y. But I really did like the prequel one.
I watched the prequel. I haven't seen any of Yellowstone.
Yeah, you're not missing out on anything. It's it's like white people.
I was looking forward to it because of Costner.
Aboriginal people fighting over land where they, have cattle and shit. No,
yeah, but
he loves poo emoji.
Looks. Yeah, the problem with them cranking out the Fets as deluxe is I think that they've used like the parts enough to where they've gotten their money's worth.
Yep.
And it used to be that like a regular Boba Fett figure came with his rifle and his jetpack anyways. So what makes the Boba Fett that comes with a jetpack and his rifle a deluxe?
The $10 extra makes them deluxe.
The prototype one that they just sold for a regular price, the only difference is he doesn't have a removable helmet. Right? So he still has a jetpack and the rifle and the gun.
Okay, yeah. Cobb Vanth was in one of those books. I don't know if it's called Aftermath.
Yeah, something like that.
I have it. I've never even opened it. It's the companion book that goes happens right before the sequels. So they do speak of Cobb Vanth and how he actually got Boba's armor.
So I will tell you that it surprised me when
Robo Vanth, the mod.
It did surprise me when we saw him in Book of Boba Fett that he didn't have some semblance of armor, even if it wasn't like Beskar, right? True. Like he wasn't wearing something. I mean, I will tell you, there's two materials in the Star Wars universe that appear, according to the Book of Boba Fett series, that appear pretty impenetrable. It's not the metal that they made the tank out of, but that wall that they were parked in front of.
Okay.
When the lasers hit it, like almost nothing happens to the wall. So I don't know why people aren't making like armor out of that same material that they make the walls out of, because it seems like it's just as impenetrable as Beskar.
It's not real, Vern. It's all fancy. Just make it out of lightsabers.
Did you see that? Did you see the flaw in the Book of Boba Fett when the dude drives a speeder around the corner and you can see the inside of the building?
Oh no! They forgot to crop it out or something.
Yeah, when
like Dean's guy from episode 1 of Mando.
Yeah, so the guy with the eye thing, when he is driving to the payphone to call in, there's that part where they show it from above and he's going around the corner, and if you look down, you can see that building is basically the facade. You could see all like the plywood,
the parking lot
inside. Yeah, on the inside of the building.
I'll tell you what, though, if that's a case, I guarantee you that they've already gone back and edited that.
Oh, you know what? I haven't checked. I have
Gene's guy's gone.
I have screen capture of it somewhere, and
actually they'll go back and they'll edit stuff. I hope they don't ever go back and like change dialogue or like erase Gina Carano or do weird shit that's.
You mean like make Greedo shoot first?
Well, yeah, kind of pull a George.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, lots of indie stuff coming. I can't comment any further. Indie?
Oh, so it appears you might know something then.
I do know something. I don't know if everybody saw, but I like to brag because I don't get to brag much. But Gentle Giant revealed their latest Kenner Jumbo action figure, which was designed by Rick at Left Coast, if you know that guy.
Yeah, that looks awesome, by the way. Let me ask you a question. So those big figures, how tall are they?
12 inches.
Okay. Because
So
in my
this
mind, I keep
modern-
thinking, like, are you going to... Has anybody ever asked you to design any of these?
No. And I'm not giving anything away. So that's, I believe, was made by Super 7.
Yeah, it's a Shogun Warriors
I love
size trooper. They do have a Boba Fett, so I was curious.
Communicated with Super 7. I'm looking for work, so I have reached out to him before.
Oh, man. That would be super
I
cool.
like that company, so I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not a shill, but I do like what Super 7's producing because they're not in charge of the reactions. But yeah, Bird, here's my early Bird. Oh, this is like 18 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
So these are the only Gentle Giant Jumbos I own.
Oh, those are cool. Why did I never see this?
I don't know, because you're not really a
I don't
Jumbo
really-
Kenner guy.
Oh, maybe.
I was going to pull R2 out, but it's a pain in the ass.
So do you want to put my name on a wheel and spin it for that?
Yeah, we're going to give that away once I get 400,000 people in the chat. Yeah, Chris never saw the Cobb Vanth. I did pre-order him, I believe, from GameStop Canada and eventually got him.
He's still on, I think he's still on Amazon.
He is, I believe he is, and I think he might be not on sale, but yeah, Mark's saying that he found him on clearance and
Yeah, Cobb Vanth is still,
the UK.
Cobb Vanth is currently $28 on Amazon, which is a little bit off the regular price.
It is. That's not bad. It sounds like it's only $3 or $4 over retail.
Right.
I think I am special, Mark. That's why when I sit at the back of the bus, I wear the hockey helmet because I'm special. But Mark, you are extra special. Remember, you are my extra special guest. Vern is just my special guest because he doesn't need the hockey helmet. Okay, so I think this. Boink. Yeah, this is fun. I've rarely seen the vintage Indiana Jones truck.
Yeah.
I do like the coloring on this one a little more. So I will display this with my small collection of vintage Kenner Indiana Jones figures in hopes that Hasbro does a line of retro indies. Yeah, this is a good looking little truck.
You know, it would be, it's going to be very interesting because I'm hoping that they're going to do 6-inch, right? They said they're going to do 6-inch scale on the Indiana Jones.
For sure, I think they will, yeah.
So I'm guessing that maybe after they reveal those in a year or so, we're gonna end up with like a HasLab, and I'm betting something like this ends up being like the first indie HasLab.
I kind of highly doubt we get an indie HasLab.
I mean, if they sell well, people are going to want this for their 12-inch collection, and it looks like vehicles is the way they want to go. They're probably super easy to crank out.
So I told everyone you're going to tell us how many Hellblazers you pre-ordered yesterday.
Well, I made a video for my channel, and I basically said I'm still on the fence.
What do you think of the $350 price tag?
Yeah, it's a
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
yeah, it's a tough situation.
It looks cool. It's everything that I kind of knew it was going to be. Like it was, we knew it was going to be the Hell Charger. They didn't call it the Hell Charger. They called it the Vengeance Vehicle or whatever they called it. And
Yeah.
no
Engine of Vengeance.
no car branding on it. So I'm kind of confused because it actually looks like a Charger. They still have to pay royalties on it. You can't avoid paying royalties to Dodge for that. You can't. So do you think they're gonna make some 6-inch fucking what's the race car movies, guys? Fast and the Furious. Because if Hasbro got a license for Fast and the Furious figures, there's another reason for them to sell this.
Wait, did they get a license for Fast and Furious?
No, I don't think anyone ever.
Oh,
had.
okay.
But I mean, that's the exact car that Vin Diesel drives.
Yeah,
Like, with the blower on the front of the hood in black.
So here's the what I'm wondering about that, because they've changed the body style on the Charger over the years. Do they still hold the licensing rights to that classic look?
I think so.
You know what I mean? Like, or is it just the newer look that they would have to take?
It's a lot more serious than it might have been in the 70s. Like, I think in the 70s, the A-Team could make a GMC van, and GMC's like, cool, thanks. Same with the Corvette. They had the Faceman Corvette.
Yeah.
Boss Hogg had a Cadillac. And
Oh, look at this. Check. I took some figures out because I know with that Mr. T figure, we're talking about doing some A-Team, and I'm trying to think like maybe not the head, but like I could
all of them.
probably.
That's Faceman, that's Hannibal, that's Murdoch.
Yeah, I'm thinking Murdoch. I just paint that brown, get him make it look like a leather jacket, right? And then, but
So
the thing is, Murdoch was
exact
always a little bit
figure, right?
taller. Right?
This is the exact same figure, right? Just a different head.
Yeah.
And it's a good looking figure. So yeah, I've seen a custom. There's a guy on Instagram I follow. He made the whole A-Team out of 6-inch Marvel Legends. And
there's one Marvel Legends. The guy, I don't know who he is. He's in a white suit. He has like the reddish hair or whatever. And I'm thinking that head would be almost perfect for face.
Blade also drives a Charger.
Oh, interesting.
And
That's true.
Okay, so there's another reason for them, because it just seems like a very far reach for them to grab a Marvel character.
Yeah.
That's, I'm going to say he's not in the top 15 of the Marvel characters when it comes to merchandising and selling toys and
You're talking about Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider, yeah, in general. So it seems like they're digging deep. Let's pull this out. So I don't know. There's a Ghost Rider movie or TV series coming in the future that no one's ever told us about, but I'm going to guess we're going to see the Ghost Rider.
Oh, I'm sure.
In some form, live action in the very near future.
Well, we had the Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yeah, didn't they cancel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because Ghost Rider was that bad?
I don't think it was that. I think
it might have been the worst part of that whole series, to be honest. Like, I liked that show until they went.
I almost feel like, yeah, there was a point of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where I just lost interest. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, same here.
And I think I maybe have caught a couple of the Ghost Riders. So I think by the time they brought him in, I was already like out.
Yeah, I was hoping for the best of things. Like right away, I'm like, I think that the first 2 episodes they had a cameo of Samuel Jackson. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna see the Hulk and we're gonna see whatever, and then never again did we ever see anyone. They eventually like clone Coulson and kill him 3 times, and I just got more confused by that show than anything else. It just, it's a valid attempt. I think they could still do it. I think they could still do a show like that, but it would have to be like, I hate to see it. It would be a Disney Plus show.
So that figure
could sell any of these shows to NBC or Fox or.
So I have the perfect accessory for the figure you're opening.
Dangar. Oh yeah, that is pretty cool. You did good with that. I can't believe I've never opened them. Oh, it's got a small blaster as well. So what's your you got any pickups this week? Any cool toys?
No, not really.
Pre-ordered or found in the store?
I did a video earlier in the week where I had these Action Force figures. One I've had for a while. Connor had sent it to me. It was the Condor figure, and I didn't open it because I was once I saw it in the box and looked at it, I decided to order a couple more, and I just did them all together. I mean, there's a lot of people that have already done reviews, and my reviews aren't going to compete that much with other people's reviews, so it was just easier just to do a triple unboxing or whatever and just show them off.
Yeah, I get you. I like the little stop motions that you're back to cracking out. I think those are fun to watch and fun for me to figure out how did he do that and how many hours did he spend doing it, because it would take me a month to make a
It took me a while, but I
30-second
wanted
motion video.
I wanted the helmet to come off of the trooper. The helmet did come off at one point, but I wanted to I was trying to make him look like he was going to try to grab it, and I was going to have him grab it once and put it back on.
Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out how to get it to suspend in midair. Still working on that.
Oh, I can't believe I waited so long to open up this guy.
Yeah, me either.
Short.
I got
Radical.
mine sitting.
He's sitting?
Oh,
7 seasons, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah, I got him sitting at that table.
So, oh yeah, he looks good. I like how Greedo's got his legs crossed.
He's got a little iPad too. I was trying to do a stop motion. I wanted to do a thing where like Dengar's giving Greedo tips. And but Greedo's
a good bounty hunter.
But Greedo's too busy just like on his iPad to pay attention. That was like the whole idea behind it. But
it's on Tinder for
but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. I wanted Dengar to be telling him, yeah, you don't just want to walk up on somebody in a bar with your gun out. Stuff like that. You never want to trap yourself.
A Hulk figure to a convention, right?
I did.
Or more than once, and you've taken some pictures?
Yes.
Now, Gap has a good point here. Why don't you bring that shopping cart to Walmart or Target and just put Hulk holding it or something and take a little picture so you get the actual grocery store or the department store in the background. You might get a couple people looking at you funny, but...
Oh, I don't care about that.
I don't have a hard time making those store hunt videos. You'd just be looking at toys that, you guys got in the States 3 years ago. And I don't know. There's nothing, I never find anything. So if I go to a toy store, I look down now, there's nothing new. There's really no point to me filming that because I don't enjoy it. Why would someone else? So
I think that people people that have made those toy hunt videos have like an audience that come back and watch those videos. I don't think I have that at all. I think most of the people that are watching my channel watch like the short videos and then they're gone, right? Like, so very rarely does somebody sticking around for like a longer video. I mean, how much smaller audience for that?
Like, I think my subscribers, they like my recipes and my dad jokes and my hairstyling techniques. Otherwise, I got no specific jam that I'm trying to cater to. I'm just having fun.
I am just trying to have fun with the channel and post stuff that I think like other people would find interesting or funny or something. I don't know if it comes across, but I have pretty sarcastic sense of humor and really dry sense of humor, right? So
that's one of the things I like about you. Like I think I'm funny, and even if I don't think I'm funny, I still try to be funny because 1 out of 10 people might think that's funny. Yeah, it's a very small audience. Like to do that, and sometimes I'm saying stuff even if I don't, I'm trying to be sarcastic about it, and I think some people haven't caught the tone of when I'm trying to be funny about something. Like, I don't know if you watch my She-Hulks, but I really don't have anything negative to say about them. So like a couple of weeks ago, I did that one where I finally made fun of the prison architecture. And that to me was just like, I had to throw something in there, right? Like just. But have you ever Googled or seen a picture of that prison from the comic books?
No.
It's because I'm going to say it's kind of what it looked like. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I haven't.
Kind of not a pyramid looking thing, but it had weird shapes and art deco.
I did get a lot of people telling me, oh, it was like a art center that was converted to a prison, something, awesome. Because it already had security systems, stuff like that. So there were a lot of people that had really good theories and stuff like that. But that's not the reason I was making fun of the prison, right? Like, no, I was making fun of the prison because it was like, well, nobody watched my other one because I was too positive. Let me say something. Those videos are fun. Yeah. So
you've got Bigfoot hands, Rick. Yeah, somewhere. Bigfoot hands over here.
So I saw this thing where these people came forward and basically said that their dad was Bigfoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So-
there was like a that they said he had passed, so it was fine for them to like kind of admit that their dad was the guy who dressed up in a suit and wandered around as Bigfoot. Yeah.
I thought they meant for like the real Bigfoot. I've never met Bigfoot, but I like to believe. Oh!
All right. I don't know how much of that box you're gonna get through.
No, I'm just not much of it. But here's I collect Hulks, Vern. So I have a couple.
All right.
Hulks. Oh! Let's just see what's on the top row.
I think you got a plush in there too. I'm trying to think. Where's my big Hulk? I have one big Hulk. Oh, let me go get him.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm really hoping it's. Yeah, I need to find you a Hulk that I know you don't have. This is the ultra rare BC Lions of the Canadian Football League Hulk. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here it is, Vern. Are you ready? Oh.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Oh, that's not it.
Thousands. I'm 100% Disney sellout.
I think this is one of those fig arts or, I don't know, Japanese knockoff Hulk.
Okay, yeah. It looks like it from the joints there. Ah, that one's cool. I like it.
Badass. This is one of the badass Hulks ever.
What year's that from?
Early 80s, I believe. Before that Applause company was Applause, I think it was, I can't remember the name of this company now. I have the tag. Oh, here we go. I can read the foot. 1991.
Wow.
Hamilton Gifts. So these were sold in like card stores, and
Sure.
there's also just a head bank, which I got in that other shelf here. But yeah, it's just it's not vintage, but it looks vintage and it's retro.
Yep, that's cool.
It's not in the best of shape, but. And then I got that big 12-inch Marvel Legends in the box. And then, if they make fake Hulk Legos, I'll get those. Why not? I think this was a Diamond Select. You got this one?
I don't have hardly any Diamond Selects.
I think it is. It's just a weird, short and stocky, weird.
I don't know, why is he separating his
Got your
toes?
hair
like that?
here.
Why is he separating his toes?
Oh no, that is weird, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm after vintage Kenner Star Wars, the most toys I have would be Hulks. And then after that, Mr. T's, 18, and then we start getting into my my vintage stuff. As I've seen, I'm trying to post these shorts, whether it's Battlestar Galactica. I'm loving the reaction Back to the Future, and I see that Super 7's shipping those Beastie Boys now.
Oh, cool.
People get them and they're afraid to open them because they love the card back so much.
Mhm.
Welcome, Lax Iraq. But yeah, I want those. I want those very much so. Thank you, Beastie Boys, and more, stuff that I grew up with in retro action figure form. Like I had this is Newt. Very not one of my favorite characters in all of science fiction and movies,
Right.
but I need it to add to my collection. What else you got going on this weekend, Vern?
We're going to be doing 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard later today. I think we're going to probably have some pretty good discussion on that Ghost Rider HasLab.
Yeah, I think Rum said he backed it.
Yeah, I did my video because I wanted to get my voice out there first. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's gonna
what
be.
I'm noticing is that a lot of the toy guys who are Marvel
Yeah.
Legends collectors, they think it's expensive, but they never thought the His tank was expensive. So I'm kind of like, you didn't think the His tank was expensive. You ordered
The
5
His tank
of them,
was
but you think
was-
this is expensive?
I think that His tank was pricey. I think the idea was that would you get like 2 figures right off the bat, right?
Well,
And
this one you get 2 figures off the bat too,
yeah, but I mean, you
and it's
compare.
$50 more.
I guess to me, I got to compare the figures. I'm not that impressed with the Robbie Reyes figure, the way they made it. Right? To me, it just, I'm not. I think that's it. It's comic book, right? So it's based on like how he looks, I guess, in the comics. Not a fan of the way that he was designed or his character or whatever. I would have liked a more.
Yeah, it's modern comics. It's not.
Yeah, I would have liked a more serious, like
It's not even
realistic
creepy.
look to it or whatever. The cart is awesome.
The car does look badass, but here's my question for you: how can McFarlane make a $30 Batmobile for 6-inch action figures, and it actually went to clearance at one point for like $19 in my Walmart, and yet the same scale car made out of the same PVC plastic materials and paint and rubber for tires
I don't know what the
cost
detailing was on that Batmobile.
$350 US.
I don't remember seeing a Batmobile. You're talking, was it a movie Batmobile?
Batman 66.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got that one. It's a little small.
It's a little small, but it wasn't $80 or $90 or $150 or $250 or $399.
No.
It was $29.99 Canadian.
I get what you're saying. There's just the detailing on that Batman 66 car. It looked good just to look at it, but there wasn't that much detail involved in it.
Okay,
right,
now here's how you answer that.
It was like a Barbie
It
car.
doesn't cost more to manufacture more detail in the car.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does because
No,
those
the
guys,
mold costs the same price, no matter how much detail.
those guys that work for Marvel, you don't know what their salaries are, so you got to pay them by the hour.
no one that works for Hasbro gets paid by the hour. They're all on salary.
No, what I'm
And
saying
they
is you
also
break
said
down
in
their
live stream-
salary to
they
an
also said in the live
hourly,
stream,
and
some
they say,
other
oh, they're making like $75 an hour.
Another
It took them
company
like
designed
5
this.
weeks to design all those details. You
They
gotta pay
also
for
said
that.
they didn't design it. They didn't
I
say
know.
who, but they said other people made this. Another group of people. So who do you think they reached out to design the Hell Charger?
A car.
And here's the other thing that pissed me off. Why didn't they have a Rancor when they announced it?
You know what? What I
They
don't.
have to have a Hell Charger. They got a
Listen,
His tank.
I
they
don't
got
know why
They got Sentinel in hand, painted Rancor. Oh, here's a photo back there.
I don't know. I don't know why the first stretch goal or the first bonus was not a carded Howard the Duck figure. I mean, it seems totally appropriate.
No, that'd be a lot of fun. I still don't. If they had the 3D printed model, even unpainted, like they did with the GI Joe jet, they had an unpainted model there. It's still, you see the scale, and you see, like, they didn't even have like bones. Like, they could have 3D printed a freaking bone and said, "Here's how big the bone is." But no, they went to a screen and said, "Here's a photo of what the Rancor could look like," and then nobody bought it. Like, it's the marketing behind it. It makes no sense. I'm pretty sure they all got similar budgets for how much they can spend on marketing, or what their what the Marvel team makes, what the Star Wars team makes. They make similar salaries and stuff, so it's not like.
Well, I'm hoping there's some executive like writing down all the best practices from like the ones that have been successful, and are like going to the other teams and saying, "Hey, here are the best practices that you may want to like follow." And I think that they are, because like if you look at the stream they did yesterday, and the regular Robbie Reyes figure being like an early bird goal, right?
Yes.
I think that's obviously what they think was a best practice. But I think that what they need to do is they need to push that. If they really wanted this thing to like fund right away, they got to say, if you are one of the people who funded this before this date, you are going to get this extra figure.
Yeah.
Not just everybody who latches on October 31st.
No, I see what you mean. Guys talked about that with the His Tank and other things too. Like if you're going to have these, incentive-based goals,
Right.
and you have an early bird one, allow that to be for only the early bird people. But
Sure.
they don't pay first. Everyone pays at the same time, so it would be a mistake to do it the way you're saying, because
I get what they're
no way
saying.
benefiting anything by clicking a button before another guy.
Yeah, unless they say
Pay for it
only the first 9,000 backers are going to get this early bird.
That's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
And then they only get 8,899 backers, right?
Right.
Which, you know what? I like it. I liked all the flame effects. I like that they spent $5 and put in, 6 or 7 LEDs.
Yeah, I'm going to order those
Those
LEDs
only
off
cost
of
like
Amazon
$1,
later.
right? That's not $190 worth of electronics to have
Wait,
three
it's not?
LEDs. No, man.
It's not?
$1 maximum. So I don't know. I like it,
All right.
but I also like paying rent and eating groceries and
Turning on the electricity.
having
Putting gas
internet.
in the car.
I like buying toys, but I don't like buying all the toys.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I opened up all my booty.
All right, Rick.
So hopefully everyone had some fun with us, and they, had their protein pancakes and their Cheerios and their Raisin Bran.
I haven't eaten yet.
Oh, come on, man. I'll wait while you go make some breakfast.
I'm going to go eat right afterwards.
Yeah, I gotta do some laundry, and that's about it, man. I gotta clean up my shit every day. I seem to have more.
I'm gonna reorganize these now that I got the Cantina band. I'm gonna try to do a stage and maybe put them in the back and stuff like that, because I want to make this shelf really like maybe like the bar, right? Like the Cantina.
How many
having
band
people-
members do you have now?
I have 3. I'm
That's
gonna
good.
wait. I'm gonna wait for clearance to see if I pick up any more. I think there should be enough of them around where I'll be able to get them for maybe $12-13 or something like that.
Oh, I think this is the backers for the not named Hell Charger car.
Yeah, which is crazy that it's still, because last night before I went to sleep, it was just, I think, right around 3,000. So it's not climbing at super fast rate right now.
Here's what I think is going to happen when the His Tank comes out.
Yep.
And what's the other one? The Galacticus comes
Oh
out.
yeah.
I think you're going to see them for sale on Facebook and Instagram and whatever and whatnot for $100 less than what they paid for it.
You think so?
Yes, man, because I think 70% of the people that bought the majority of the His Tanks bought them for the point of reselling them for hopeful profit. And
Yeah.
I think because of that, they made their goal. Hasbro sold the amount they needed to sell, but I think at the same time they will flood the market. Like I can't go to a toy show now without seeing a $500 Razor Crest.
Yeah.
So
I
the first one that people overbought for the purpose of scalping because they saw people do that with the barge.
right.
Oh man, these people bought extra barges and sold them for double the price the next day.
I got that His Tank for the figures, honestly.
I understand that His Tank had a lot of figures, and that's what they're going to do with the Hell Charger now. They already teased. It looks like you're going to get Mephisto from that little video, but you're getting another $20 figure. Like, how many $20 figures do you need to include to it to equal $480 Canadian purchase?
Let's see. 400.
You need 30 figures. So I don't get it.
I will say this, like, okay, so I still have these from my Sentinel. I haven't done anything with them, right? They're still in the plastic bags, and I contemplate every once in a while putting them up for sale. And I think I could probably get like
$40.
I think I could probably get 50 to 75 maybe, right? And I'm thinking about it. I mean, I don't know what else I'm going to do with them.
Yeah, if you're just sitting in a bag, right?
Yeah.
Like I've got a couple of Gentle Giant statues. They're just in boxes, right? And if anything, I'll break them one day before I ever get to put them on display. So I'm thinking about selling them just so someone else can have them, put them on display. So
right.
I hate selling toys for that purpose or collectibles for the purpose of I don't have room for it. Like I would love to display them on my shelves, but basically what's on my shelves is whatever I picked up recently. Because since I've moved in this place, I've never really unpacked any of my collection. Sadly, it's packed away, hopefully safely, but I don't like giving it up too easily. Like my vintage Star Wars, I've never parted or sold any of them, and it would be very hard for me to do that. But I've got no problem selling Iron Man and Thor and some Marvel Legends and some GI Joe classifieds that I'm not having fun with. I didn't enjoy those when they first came out, but now that they've got Spirit and the cool looking Storm Shadow and the cool looking Gung Ho, now they're starting to look like the toys I remember as a kid.
Sure.
So I'm gonna pick a couple up. Like I like the animals. I like the Snake Eyes with the Timberwolf. I like Eagly. That's really why I bought the Storm Shadow, and then the Crocmaster guy with Fiona.
That's actually really cool. I have the Gator for the 12-inch figures. So when Crocmaster, that was really my sell, was like, and now I got to get one for 6-inch, right? Because the Gator's really.
I really like the animals, and the last time me and my buddy were at our big toy trader store, they've got a whole section of animals and dinosaurs and stuff made by this company called Schleck, which is like
I know what you're talking about.
But they got Bigfoots and they got eagles and tigers. They're all really cool, and some of them are good scale to go with either 6-inch or 3.75-inch figures. And my buddy Jay picks them up all the time because they're only a couple bucks, or $7 or $8.
They look great on the shelf. I mean, when I first got my first Snake Eyes, I picked up a little wolf to set up with my Snake Eyes. It wasn't the same paint or anything, but I thought it looked okay. Yeah,
and then you probably still have it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love animals, and if they're gonna make a wolf where you can swap its head, or now there's 3 different wolves, then they make a white one and another one, and
and of course here you got to keep those handy, right? So that you can have that head when you need it. You got to know where it's at.
All right, now does this head come off? Oh, this is Dengar. Have you ever head swapped Dengar?
No.
It's just a neck.
Oh, is his neck come off?
Yeah, so I don't want to pull that off. But here, Sentinel has 2 heads. Oh, it didn't work.
Oh, that retro Sentinel. Oh, that looks pretty cool.
They're actually almost the same scale.
Yeah.
Man, I want to put this head on someone. Stan?
So if Dengar's head comes off with the neck,
yeah, it looks like his neck will come off.
You can probably pop him in the joint for the Darth Vader.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just comic Stan Lee in disguise.
Yeah. So like this is what I did with so those clone.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So Vader's just a peg usually. And so when this head came off with the neck, I just put it in there.
That's cool. And I just noticed. Okay, where's the light? That this head, where am I looking at? Has like that light up feature that they used to have in the Jawas.
Yeah.
So let me do a test here. Okay.
Oh yeah, look at that. There was one angle where you had it and the eyes lit up. Yep, right there.
Well, we might need to play with that in photography. But what I see a lot of guys do in photography is they just do the shit in Photoshop afterwards, and in a way it's cheating, but it's also another art. I get it.
I don't know anybody that uses apps to add in like effects.
Yeah, I haven't bought that app yet, but I've checked it out. It looked like a fun one.
Yeah.
Anyone have URUS the Bear from Marvel? The Build-A-Bear? I want the Build-A-Bear because he's got that big, deltoid muscles there. Can you put the wolf head on that and make Wolfman?
No, because the peg's too big.
Okay, Build-A-Fig size.
That wolf head fits on that Iron Man because that's a figure art. and the peg for the head is much smaller.
So now I got new ideas for photos today. I might take this Papa Sentinel and this little Sentinel and take him outside, go for a walk.
Oh, that's so hilarious. You should do it. I think that would be hilarious.
I will, man.
And,
it's also a really good way of picking up chicks at the park.
And it will get you outside.
And lay down in the grass, take pictures of them with your iPhone. Chicks dig it.
And it will get you outside.
It does, and it's not raining today, so actually that works because that's kind of a Hulk body they use and just put hair on it, really, right?
Yeah.
What a great looking toy.
Oh.
Okay, so with these Hulks,
all ready for Halloween.
You have these all now, right? The gray one, the red one, the green one. Oh yeah, that looks good too.
Yeah.
Is the green always your favorite, or do you have a soft spot for?
I love the gray Hulk.
The OG gray style. Yeah, same here. So originally, this was, the Hulk we kind of got in the comics, right? Like,
never seen that one before.
There you go. And here's a question for you. Do you know why the Hulk was gray originally?
Well, they wanted him to turn into the Hulk at night and then turn back into a man during the day, kind of like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And he was originally supposed to be gray, but they couldn't get the printing of the ink colors to be like regular, so then they switched to the green because it could be more uniform throughout the printing process.
It had to do with the inks and the printing process. So it's a pretty neat story, actually.
Yeah.
I try to learn as much stuff as I can about the characters I love.
Yeah.
I love my Hulks. So now I'm thinking, are there any Hulks that we know are coming out that we haven't got yet?
I don't know. I wish I had picked up a couple of these like Build-A-Figure Hulks, like the the one when he's in the armor and stuff. I don't have that one. And the one where he's in the suit. I wish I had picked those built like those.
Smart Hulk?
It was what do they call him, Mr. Fix-It or whatever?
Oh, Joe Fix-It.
Joe Fix-It.
Yeah, I want that one too. I definitely want that one.
So I wish I would have did that. That I guess the one where he's in the armor, they have like a select version, and I'm tempted. That's tempting me.
Like the form.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm trying to stay away from the Marvel Select because I don't want to get dragged down that path. Right, and I want
the Hulk that's currently in She-Hulk, where he's they call him Smart Hulk because he can talk, but just wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, that would.
So give me a Hulk. Just give me a Hulk wearing a hoodie, and he's got some glasses and maybe a bag of Cheetos or something.
I think that would be super cool to get that.
Yeah,
no, I do have this one. This is a Figure Arts, and this is the only like real MCU version that I have.
Okay. Yeah, I don't love the MCU version of the Hulk, but it's still Hulk, and I have a soft spot for him.
Yeah. So this one I won't get rid of. I ended up getting a lot. I bought a toy lot, and I had a bunch of these Figure Arts. I got rid of quite a few of them, but this is one of the ones that I've actually kept, just because, of course, it's the Hulk.
I want She-Hulk in a suit as well.
Oh, that would be super cool.
Here's just a weird Hulk. I think this is another knockoff one. Just like really short legs.
Yeah, that's weird.
And
what's the face?
It's constipated. Hulk dump now. But let's see what's in it. Let's see what's under the pants, Vern.
Wrong.
Just black.
Wrong stream for that.
It's got pants, so I could put these pants on another Marvel Legends or something. Hopefully, because
probably you could put those shorts on your Mego.
It's the best looking. But my Eagle's got cool shorts.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I love the She-Hulk show. I can't wait for the next episode. I want to. Oh, no post-credit scene this week.
Yeah, I didn't see.
What's up with that?
It was really weird, like because I was like looking for it, and I was like, oh, I missed it, and I rewound and everything, and I was like going around, but I didn't see anything. And you know what would have been hilarious is like the post-credit scene should have been them standing in line for the sneakers.
That would have been cool. Right. Or She-Hulk going to pick up her suit. And then,
she did?
that was just the last scene. That they could have made that the post-credit scene.
Oh, they could have. Yeah.
To be
they could've.
consistent with what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I
agree with
also
that.
watched that scene a couple times to see if there's any other like little suits or something in the background that we didn't get the.
Well, you did get one teaser, right? Out of the post-credit scene.
Well,
When
I did
he was
a breakdown of all the shoes because there was a the
you-
yellow hat. There was like Hulk shoes. There was a Man Thing shoe. There was a lot of characters that have yet to come to the MCU. So,
but you saw the hat box.
yeah, the yellow Daredevil hat. Yeah,
So I think that's the Daredevil we're gonna get.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the D's on his chest, which I get. It would look kind of
Yeah.
corny, but the original toy did. So why not?
Anyways.
So we've opened up a bunch of toys. I hope everyone had a little pleasant experience with us today. I really like talking to Vern. Vern's got a lot of, cool likes like me when it comes to Hulk and pop culture stuff. So I'd love to have Vern back again, whether we're
I will
talking
definitely
we're talking Hulk or Andor or the Hellblazer. I'll definitely watch you guys tonight talking about the toys. Hopefully you can, sometimes you can mute Rum. Sometimes sometimes you can mute Dude. No, just kidding. I know Dude will be busy walking his dog or something, but I look forward to seeing you guys later today. I hope everyone enjoys their weekend with their family and friends and gets outside a little bit while the weather's good. And hopefully we see you again next week. So thanks everyone for coming out.
Thanks, Rick.
Enjoy your
See
day,
everyone.